I know he's struggling. Times are different. People not buying music no more. He gotta pay them bills. Mariah Carey old, she too big to get back on stage. Janet Jackson, she crip walking. Diddy sitting in jail and they about to have a reunion. He's suing Sony. He think it's sweet because Clive Davis is dead. Jermaine Dupri sued Sony Music for $18 million over unpaid Mariah Carey royalties. So he worried about that Mariah money. He's struggling bad. Ain't no more little boys dumb enough to let him take advantage. They not willing to put the pants on backwards so the zipper zip from the back so he can do whatever he want to do. Bow Wow grown. He ain't got nobody to exploit. They about to have a reunion. It's going to be just like the good old days, him and Diddy. But this time it's not going to be at Club Live. It's going to be in Fort Dix. The allegations are already stacking up. There's mothers out there that's willing to come forward with testimonies against Jermaine Dupri, claiming that he allegedly assaulted their sons. It's about to get ugly. Them strippers with them big booties done got their BBLs reduced. Hip hop not what it used to be. All them gangsters, them booty goons, they sitting in jail. Jermaine Dupri can't even have a good time because all of the people like him, they sitting behind bars. Okay, let me stop with this, man. For entertainment purposes, I talk crazy about anybody. I ain't got nothing against Jermaine Dupri. He seemed like he a cool dude that came up on money when money was able to be made. He got that old money. But that old money is drying up in the new age to where the digital money is all the money you could possibly make right now. If you sitting on old money and you got new bills, what good is that old money gonna do you when it's flying out the door? He wasn't worried about them assets. He wasn't worried about them royalties when it was good because he was too busy spending the money and being grateful on his knees praying, thanking God that he got a bag. But now, since things is crazy, he looking over documents, he scrolling through them papers, he's scraping and scrambling, trying to see where the money went or if there's any money owed because the radio is trash. He used to making quality music. People don't want quality no more. Some of the best artists in the world is struggling because people don't respect the quality that they put into their artwork. And he could come out and make some trash, but who gonna buy it? He in a fucked up situation to be surviving still. And like they always say, it's hard when you get old. He's starting to see the true meaning of that. He been using young people to keep his thing afloat for the longest, but now the children is unexploitable because you can't even talk to these kids. They will chat GPT your ass, and when they show up to the meeting, they got on clad iron drawers because they heard the stories and allegations about you taking people's boyhood. But these is rumors about him, sleeping around with underage people, and I would hate to believe something like that, but Jermaine Dupri is in the news. He's suing Sony. Clive Davis is not around. The boogeyman is gone. They ain't got to worry about Count Dracula counting their pockets so they could figure out a way to count their own pockets. Jermaine Dupri has filed an $18 million lawsuit against Sony Music Entertainment, alleging that the company failed to properly pay royalties for releases from Mariah Carey, Usher. Hold on, I ain't know all that. Escape, Crisscross, and more. So he ain't never got paid. You mean to tell me they did him the same way they did Diddy? Had him thinking he had money, approving purchases, living on a company budget, but never had the actual money in his pocket? That's the same thing they do to NBA players. Basketball players streaming their ass off. It'd be 4, 5 of them sitting in the room streaming, trying to get some podcast money after they don't had $200 million contracts, $300 million contracts. It sound good on paper, but do that money ever hit their bank accounts? It's always a good thing to be a high tag. I ain't even gonna say the N word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. Ain't nothing like being an expensive buck. They put a high price on the slave, had that nigga out there picking cotton with one gold tooth in his mouth, feeling like the king. I'm a $5 Negro. You a $2 Negro. Oh, that's a big ticket. Didn't they call Kevin Garnett the big ticket? Like, that's an expensive horse right there. They put a big price tag on you, how you feeling like the man. But do you have that money? Hell no. That's just how much you worth. As a black person, that's exploitable. Jermaine Dupri ain't had no money this whole damn time. He just now realized, how you just now realizing that you ain't had no money? They must have pampered him and made him feel real good about his accomplishments. Now I see why they get him them platinum plaques to put on them walls just in case they ever start feeling down about that. So you got a platinum plaque, 10 times plaque. They be broke as sitting in that studio with all them platinum plaques in the back, got them feeling real good about theyself. And they could buy something on credit easily off of the name. Y'all seen what happened to Shawn Kingston. Everything he ever owned was off of credit of his name and showing them people at them car dealerships pictures of him and Justin Bieber. They living off the name and the fame, but ain't even got no money to go along with the stuff. The suit filed on Monday and reviewed by Variety accuses SME of having not been lawful in his dealings with Jermaine Dupri dating back to 1992. Nigga, you just not finding this shit out. These Negroes can't read, can't write, can't count. All they know how to do is make beats and dribble basketballs. This is embarrassing. Talking about having your priorities fucked up. He an old man. He might as well move back to his mama basement. Rich and stupid. That's what this boils down to, a bunch of rich dummies. But what I'm trying to point out, and no disrespect to Jermaine Dupri, I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm just going based off of what it looked like, and it looked bad. It looked real bad. Maybe I didn't read that right. Y'all bear with me. Let me slow it down. I'm a little excited. That ADHD done kicked in a little bit with autism mixed with a little bit of retardation. I got to slow it down and breathe. In the suit filed on Monday, what is it, Thursday? So not that long ago, Jermaine Dupri woke up early on Monday morning looking pathetic and took his ass down to the library. Clive Davis gone. He ain't getting them Sunday calls, them conference calls with Clive Davis and everybody else he was jerking. Hello, boys. Is everything okay? Oh, well, I just wanted to go over some money. I just acquired another $1 billion, and since you're my friends, I'm going to be sending over some residuals and some residence for you guys. Does anybody need a rental? Does anybody need some food? There's cheese and crackers. We can have it delivered. Is anybody hungry? Okay, well, I just wanted to check in on everybody. We're rich forever. As long as you're under my guidance and my leadership, you will want for nothing. I promise you. You don't never have to ask any questions about your publishing. Clive, Daddy Clive. Daddy Clive is here for you. They sitting on the phone crying, praising that man. They don't snatch Jesus off the wall and put a picture of Clive Davis up there. Now that he gone, Jermaine Dupri woke up early Monday morning looking pitiful and pathetic. Discovered gray hairs he didn't even know he had. He went to sleep bald-headed, woke up, looked in the mirror, looking like George Jefferson. He got the Hulk Hogan hair and don't even know how it got there. On a rainy Monday morning in a cheap motel in Atlanta, the suit filed Monday and reviewed by Variety accuses SME of having not been lawful in his dealings with Dupri dating back to May 1992, when his imprint So Def Entertainment entered into an agreement with the company. The suit claims that Dupri began to suspect that he had not been paid in full for royalties in 2023, and that misconduct had been discovered in the time since. So now that he know he got a bullseye on his back, he might as well start bleaching, because they gonna do him just like Michael Jackson. Them pedo allegations, he gonna wake up in Neverland and the gates gonna be locked. He's stuck. He should have never did what he did with them boys, because they know they got motherfucking Polaroid pictures. Jump, jump. Y'all thought ASAP Rocky thong was shocking. Wait till y'all see them unreleased Criss Cross pictures when they on stage jumping up and down and them pants slip and all you see is them thongs with So Def on the front. Jump, jump, the Mac Daddy make you jump, jump, the Daddy Mac make you jump, jump, Criss Cross and make you jump, jump, The Raz B allegations is already enough. What he said that he did, what they did to his butt, boy, that's enough to put the whole entertainment business in jail. Beyonce too. Ain't no telling what the brat had to go through. She made it clear. Queen Latifah, here's my number. We can do this for the girls. Oh my God. He been getting jerked since 1992. And just now finding out what's going on. In the suit, Dupri's attorney outlined a pattern of underreporting royalties and retroactively updating statements of previously earned royalties. They accuse SME, which is Sony Music Entertainment, of engaging in willful, deceitful actions designed to harm plaintiffs in their business, and that there are numerous So Def production share and produce royalty accounts impacted by the misreporting. I can only imagine back then they didn't really have the technology to dive deep into the royalties and the analytics and figure out where every penny, every dime was going. They would have had to bust out the typewriter and figure it out for themselves. By the time they do that, they don't came up with another hit. Jump, jump. As long as they had people shaking their ass in them cross colors, they really wasn't too concerned about them numbers. And they figured, hell, the check just came. They sitting around, the mailman come. He already in the mansion that they provided for him. He got them cars laid out in the front. He walk his little ass down to the mailbox. He open that thing up, and it's a check for $5 million. He going to Magic City that night. He ain't about to be sitting nowhere trying to crunch no numbers. The only numbers he crunching is at the mall. He got too much going on to be worried about that other money. As long as he's seeing this money, that's what he was concerned about. But now you can chat GPT your whole situation. Jermaine, you have been getting jerked. It says here since 1992 that you've been owed royalties. Don't worry, Jermaine, I am your new best friend. This nigga got a chat box. He ain't figure a damn thing out. It's that damn AI that got him stuck on stupid right now. He better cut it out before they clone his ass. He'd be a jolly broke clone. The only time you see him is on St. Patrick's Day. That's when Jermaine pop out at the bar and buy everybody drinks. When the last time you talked to Jermaine? Man, I think it was on St. Patty's Day. Yeah, nigga bought out the whole bar. They gonna turn him into a leprechaun. If he keep on pursuing this, he might want to leave this alone. In the suit, Dupri's attorney outlined a pattern of underreporting royalties, radioactive updating from the AI technology. Now he want his money. They better pay him before Janet Jackson find out about this, before they start doing them Jermaine Dupri royalties and how his son got jerked for that Michael music. They had that boy looking like Shrek doing the Thriller remake, and somehow people thought that was a good movie. A representative for SME told Variety that the company had no comment. They don't got nothing to say about it. They gonna take care of Jermaine. They gonna work everything out. Cause when them blogs get a hold of the new allegations that they've been cooking up just in case, the videos of him all on Bow Wow neck, Bow Wow with that limo driver with that OG gangster crip snatching off his damn britches, it's gonna be bad. They ain't gonna want no smoke with the AI. Once they put the target on Jermaine Dupri's cheeks, it's over for him, man. The suit outlines Dupri's business dealings with SME, which began in May 1992 when So Def signed a label agreement with the company to release projects from the Brat. And she's struggling, bro. No wonder the Brat ain't got no money, allegedly. They said the Brat doing bad. Matter of fact, let me look into this real quick. Y'all stay tuned. It's only gonna take a second. Cause the Brat ain't no way she should be broke. She been funkified for damn near 40 years and can't afford no soap. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this together. Her and her wife ain't got no money. It's all in the blogs. Matter of fact, yo, this channel right here, I don't know if you heard of it. This channel SAT, y'all need to get up on this. Cause when I found this channel, whoever this is that put together these videos, y'all need to get over there and subscribe. Matter of fact, I'm about to subscribe right now. Y'all need to get over there and subscribe. Cause this channel fire. Look at this.
We wanted to let y'all in and let y'all know what we've been going through. We human, we go through the same shit y'all go through, or even worse, because, you know, more money, more problems. But, you know, life has definitely been lifing, and we just want y'all to know that we understand that the world is fucked up right now, and, you know, we go through it too.
Lord have mercy. I hope these rumors are not true about the Brat and Judy having financial issues. Because if it is true, that means everybody in Hollywood doing bad. It's being reported that Lisa Ray not trying to lend them a dime. Now they need her help, but back in the day, they did her real bad. Judy was going on and on about how it's so hard to maintain the business. She was cussing at everything. I ain't never seen her that fired up.
You find $40 you didn't have. And what about the rest of your bills? What about everything else? So imagine this, but put it into millions. Okay, put that into millions. So that means you don't have enough money, not only for your bills, but I have research and development. That's the department that creates the products. Sales department, the marketing department, the finance department, operations, admin, and my profit's gone. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to find $40 that ain't never was supposed to be there fucking way? Huh?
Oh my God, they struggling bad, y'all. They trying to figure it out, selling cookies. They selling beauty care products for ugly bitches, trying to better the world however they can. What can I do to make a busted bitch feel good about herself? It's a lot of mangled face bitches out here. What can I do to provide a service for they ugly ass mugs? It's some polar bear, big back built bitches out here. And the wig is not helping their situation. What can I do? in order to sell some shit to make somebody feel good about themselves. Got hair care, fucking makeup, all that. Because the music is all fucked up. These people got a leg up in the entertainment industry just to realize that their arms got chopped off just by signing the deal. Oh my God. He about to be sitting in jail right next to Diddy. That Ciroc was good as fuck back when people thought Diddy had the money. I don't know how many bottles of that shit I don't drink. Woke up with a hangover, bloody stool, diarrhea. It was bad. Diddy look like he done did some things with Jermaine that he gonna take to the grave. When the lights go off and you see his eyes and that head and he coming towards you, you would have thought you was in a Steven Spielberg movie. Man, I pray for them boys that he was with. When they get taller than him, that's when he cut their contract, slice that shit up. As long as he taller than you, he can do business. Soon as you grow, you have a growth spurt, that's when he release you from the contract because he can't manhandle you no more. Now, these are allegations. Bow Wow's still little. And the way Diddy holding that mic like that, he thinking about being in that hotel room with that Astroglide. He can't wait for the after party. Damn. Man, I'm trying to tell you, they had the time of their life. Not one bitch in the VIP. They stand up there like they Roman emperors looking for the boys and all that. Look at this nigga. Vampires must really exist in the entertainment business because sometimes his fingers be long, sometimes they be short, sometimes his hands be big, sometimes they be small. It's weird, man. The whole entertainment industry is weird. But this the point I want to make. Even though this look good, it's supposed to look good because that's what you call a front. So for the people that's really making money, there's no telling how they broke down the money that was owed to Puff, Jermaine Dupri. They probably used them as tax write-offs. And that was the whole point of putting them in position just to write them off on taxes. Everything they do is a tax write-off for their owners. So if Clive Davis, Sony Music, they own these boys, that means if they throw a party at Club Live, all the bottles, all the drinks and stuff, they're not using their money. They're using the company's money. And what the company do is write all of that off as a tax write-off, like it's a charity event for black people. They provide fun and games for impoverished. They use these niggas to give a good hay time or a happy time for people of color that's struggling. To give the field the fantasy of wealth, or that it is possible you could prosper. They use them as a tool, an engine to create that illusion because in all reality, they ain't got no money. And the money they do have come from people that own Clive Davis. And now that Clive is dead, they panicking, wondering where the money at. They drank themselves to death. You think this a man that's gonna go somewhere and do some reading, do some accounting, look into his own work? Do they look like they got the mental capacity? Hold on, I know that ain't the Tarzan nigga. Oh, please tell me that ain't the dude on Instagram that be fighting them lions and tigers and bears. Because if it is, then them anacondas in the jungle is not the only snakes he been wrestling. Please tell me that's not him. Hold on, we got to do some investigations real quick. Oh no. Hold on, y'all. Please tell me that ain't my boy. Oh no, I think it's him. I always knew he was a freak. He like them big snakes. He holding that snake the same way Diddy was holding that microphone. Oh, that's him. Back in the day. That's that motherfucker. Now it's all starting to make sense. He got to live in the jungle just to make ends meet. Now that the entertainment industry is all jacked up, man. He having relations with iguanas and shit. Now that he can't go to no freaky Diddy parties, he got to come up with his own. Look, that's his bae. Don't get it twisted. That's bae. All them niggas weird. Speaking of iguanas, man, we're going to say that for another video. Let's get back into this. The suit outlines Dupri's business dealing with SME, which began in May 1992 when So Def signed a label agreement with the company to release projects from The Brat, Escape, Houdini, and Nina. So Def established a JV agreement with SME in 1997 that ended in a buyout in 2002, leading to a deal with Arista to release projects from Bow Wow and Jagged Edge, and subsequent distribution deals with Universal Music Group and EMI. So many hands in the pot. So many people was capitalizing. So many people had interest in what this man was producing. Because before the influencer, you had the business execs, the music moguls. Those was the main influencers before Instagram celebrities and YouTubers and streamers. You figure if anybody gonna lead the charge or be the face of influence, especially for African Americans, it was the people in the music industry. Since music is so influential, they put them in position to be the face of black culture, so to speak. And the way they represented it was disgusting and still is. But you figure, hell, they're getting paid. Come to find out, they wasn't getting paid. And just because he filing the lawsuit, he may never get paid. And whatever he owned, it's borrowed for as long as they will allow him to have it. But with him barking up the tree, he might just want to, play dumb. Because that's what he going to wind up doing anyway. Once they put the pressure to him real bad, he going to wish he never filed the lawsuit. He going to wish things went back to the way they were. Play the game. But that's hard to do when Clive is not around to help that illusion. Because what they left with is a bunch of people that's younger than them, and they feel like they got seniority over these people that got control of their assets. Why do I got to call a 21-year-old about my money? Why do it feel like I'm being lended something from somebody and I'm old enough to be their grandfather? That's the problem. It's easy to be sunned by somebody like Clive Davis because he an OG in the game. You smell the peppermint on his breath, that old Italian cologne, you ain't gonna ask no questions. He got gators on his feet. You feel like you a boss because you're doing business with a boss. Look at Clive Davis have you feel like you doing business with John Gotti. Respect the boss. You might want to bow down and kiss the ring. But some new scrub, he in a business meeting, shirt on, button, nipple rings and things, and he telling you what you should be doing or how you gonna get paid, they gonna feel a way about that. That's the only difference. They probably got a black man in charge of Jermaine Dupri. You know he ain't having that. Some young black dude calling the shots now that Clive is not there no more. He probably did a backflip in his business chair. Dupri's attorneys detailed the long pattern of unpaid royalties, including $960,000 in unpaid producer royalties for Escape's Humming Coming At Ya. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. You could smell the Cheetos on their breath. They humming and coming. They all in your face with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. With that 90s flavor, with the pants to the back, with a condom taped to their shades on the left side. Humming coming at ya. Yeah, yeah. You smell Tiny breath a mile away, and she getting closer and closer. And over $1 million for the funk. Bitch, you better give me my fucking money. You better give me my fucking money. $1 million for that bush, man. He ain't get paid. Oh, I know he mad. I know he mad. But you better give me my motherfucking money. $1 million for Funk Defy. He ain't get paid. So Funk Defy. He probably thought that was worth $15,000. The money he got, he was like, shit, that's about right. Because the song was trash. It was a Snoop Doggy Dogg Dr. Dre ripoff. And the brat ain't know what the hell she was saying, and Jermaine ain't know what she was saying either. Come to find out, it's $1 million somewhere on the damn Funk Defy. Get that money to the brat. If Jermaine want that money, he need to break the brat off half of that, but you know he not gonna do it. Judy gonna wind up sitting on his little ass. He gonna suffocate from booty fat, messing with the brat and her wife. Man, ooh, this got me in my feelings, and I ain't even got nothing to do with it. $1 million for Funk Defy, he ain't get paid. I'm stuck, and I'm torn. The suit also claims they were understated. Royalties payable to So Def in connection with albums released by Carey, Bow Wow, Usher, Jaquan. Ain't that the dude? Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Ain't that him? That was a hit. Dupri and Bone Crusher. It states that Dupri is owed more than $10 million in interest payments for underpaid royalties relating to Escape, Crisscross, The Brat, and more. Man, we gotta talk about it. Damn, Playboy. What he gonna do, man? It's gonna be a school bus show up to Sony Records. Them kids, they gonna hop out with water guns demanding money. He gonna have an army of preschoolers that's gonna super glue the doors shut while he negotiating to get that $10 million. What he gonna do? Like, we going on a field trip, y'all. Don't ask no questions. Keep them water guns cocked. When we get up there, you got your duct tape, got your markers. We gonna fuck this building up, man. They gonna show up to work the next day. It's gonna be writings all over the wall. Give us our money and chicken scratch. What he gonna do? The suit is asking for no less than 18 mil. He threw another 8 on top of that, as well as interest and attorney fees as determined by a jury trial. So they're about to go through it. This the same thing happened with his mans. Diddy messed around and sued that same company, that bottle he holding. He should know better. Not only was he with the man, but he was holding the brand that Diddy sued that landed him in jail, because it ain't have nothing to do with no freak off, no nothing like that. So now he about to go through it. And y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. I don't know how to feel about it. But one thing for sure, it's gonna get ugly. And it's a possibility that Diddy is about to have a cellmate very, very soon.